Weather Lab. Here's Eric's forecast.
Hope you all had a wonderful weekend and were able to dodge the rain showers this afternoon to get some of those errands done or some of those outdoor activities that you had planned for the weekend, because it does look like we're going to have more rain chances heading into the work week. So if you have outdoor activities, it looks like it's going to have to be one of those where you're trying to get it in between some raindrops both Monday, Tuesday, and even into Wednesday afternoon, as we're still watching a slow-moving cold front working its way through the area. Taking a look across the country, we can see where that front is located. It extends all the way up into the Tennessee Valley and is producing heavy rains back through the mid-Atlantic, where they've been dealing with widespread heavy rain throughout much of the day. Some of these locations seeing anywhere from 5 to 8 inches of rain. So very heavy rains have been hammering those locations, especially back through Pittsburgh and then down into Ohio, causing a lot of rain-filled football games this afternoon up in Cleveland and over into Pittsburgh. You can see this extends then down into Mississippi and Alabama and made its way into our region, but most of the activity is fading. But we do notice more moisture down here in southeast Texas. That'll be riding up along this front to give us more rain chances into the upcoming work week. But you can see the scattered showers we had this afternoon have been pretty much faded around 7, 8 o'clock this evening. Most of us are beginning to dry out. Clouds are also beginning to fade a little bit, but we're going to remain mostly cloudy through the rest of this evening, and that's how we're going to wake up tomorrow morning. Could have a few peaks of sunshine to begin our Monday, but I do think a lot of rain will be in store tomorrow afternoon. Now it's going to be more of a stationary front, but you can see tomorrow morning not looking too bad. So I'm not expecting too many issues for your drive into school or work tomorrow. But here's 3 o'clock, so maybe as you're picking those kids up tomorrow afternoon from the bus, might have to be contending with those scattered showers and storms as that front lifts over top the area, producing all that tropical moisture to move over top of Acadiana to get those showers going. And even as we push into the evening, still going to have an isolated shower or storm as that front is still kind of draped over top the region. Then pushing into our Tuesday, we're going to be watching an area of low pressure moving out of that southeast Texas, developing along that frontal boundary, bringing more rounds of showers, and could even wake up to a few showers to begin our Tuesday, and then continuing on and off throughout the day as that front and low then tracks across the area. And it could bring us some decent rain totals to the next couple of days, as you can see, as the model's predicting anywhere from 1 to 2 inches for many locations. So not expecting a whole lot of concerns, but we will see some decent amounts. As you can see, over an inch in Lafayette, the Crowley and Jennings, higher amounts as you get closer to the Gulf Coast. But I'm not expecting this to cause too many issues. It's just going to kind of continue to be a wet couple of days to start off the work week. In the tropics, a lot is going on as we now have one system in the Caribbean Sea that we're watching. This tropical wave now has a 30% chance of developing as it continues to track off to the north and northwest, makes its way into the Gulf of Mexico. But right now, models aren't showing too much strengthening. It's fighting some upper level wind shear, so not really conducive for this to get going. But what it's going to do is continue to throw more tropical moisture to mesh with those frontal systems that keep the rain chances into the first half of the upcoming work week and continue to fuel that. So rain chances do look to be pretty high locally, at least in the coming days. And then out in the main Atlantic, we now have 3 hurricanes, as Isaac was just upgraded to a hurricane with the latest update here at 10 o'clock. So now have 5 named storms that have made it up to hurricane strength in the Atlantic season. But all eyes right now continue to be on Florence. That is the one that could impact the East Coast later on in this week. So right now up to 90 miles per hour as a Category 1, but quickly will make its way to a Category 2 storm by tomorrow, and then could become a Category 3 major hurricane tomorrow evening, up to 120 mile an hour winds. Then a Category 4 storm as it begins to move over the very warm waters just to the south of Bermuda by Tuesday, and then continues to look like it's taking direct eye towards the Carolina coast come Thursday afternoon. Still a widespread, so basically all the way down from Savannah up to the Cape Hatteras, Virginia Beach area, but right now kind of looks to be along the border of South Carolina and North Carolina as the main area of impact, but things could change. Then as it moves inland will weaken, but it looks like it kind of then stalls out and could cause a flooding threat for some of those locations. So this is going to be a very powerful system, not only with storm surge and wind, but also could become a flooding threat into next weekend. Also in the tropics, we have Helene as a hurricane, Category 1, 85 miles per hour. It's moving off to the west, but then will take a turn up to the north, out over the open waters, and not really cause too many issues. And as it does make that turn to the north, should begin the weekend down to a tropical storm. No real problems with that. And then Hurricane Isaac now up to 75 miles per hour winds. It's moving off to the west, but you can see it's a pretty small system, but is starting to get a nice little eye with it. It'll continue the track off to the west, slowly strengthening to a Category 2 by early next week. Could make landfall around Dominica as that Category 2 storm, but then weaken down to a tropical storm as it pushes into the Caribbean and looks like it heads towards Central America, but still something we're going to have to watch and see if it makes its way up into the Gulf and then could maybe affect us. But right now, I'm not expecting that to happen. So 74 for your overnight low with the damp conditions. Temperatures nearly steady with clouds with us. And then tomorrow, maybe a few peaks of sun, but a good bit of clouds with us. 60% chance for your pop-up showers and storms during the afternoon. Some heavy rains and rumbles of thunder mixed in with any of those systems. High rain chances continue Tuesday into Wednesday. Rain chances do go down towards the end of the week, allowing temperatures to warm as we could be pushing 90 degrees by Friday into next weekend with just a few isolated showers possible. So outdoor plans next weekend look to be good. So I know the grass has been growing with all the rain. Looks like you might have to wait till next weekend to finally get it cut.